Um, the crazy part is that so much of what happens is like chemical reactions and hormones. There's so much going on with your body. I mean, you just delivered a child and it's your body's trying to go back to its baseline. And so much is going on that I don't feel we're like fully educated on unless you're like working in that field. And when you finally say something, you're met with a lot of shame. And so
Mm,
how do we help these people overcome that shame? Because not everyone makes it to that phone call with a therapist or a social worker. Some people deny the referral, right? They keep it to
mhm,
themselves. And we've seen those
mhm.
cases where people keep that quiet and it turns out very, very negatively for the person, for the baby, for the family, when the symptoms just are not manageable anymore. So for people who are listening and they might say, "Hey, I know what that feels like, but I'm too ashamed to ask for help." What would you say to that person?
I think unfortunately, as a society, we haven't normalized talking about the beauty and pain of being a parent. There's so much focus on the beauty and how, you have this baby and you automatically feel attached, and that's not for everyone. Not everybody feels bonded right away. Everybody is different. And so I think in a society level, there's so much we need to work on, and even focusing on maternal mental health, that's new. Like we just realized that's important, which I think is really sad and a disservice. In some ways, I think a lot of what I like to do is keeping the whole family in mind. So not just the mother, but also the father and whoever else is involved, and make sure they know about all the signs of, okay, now this is a crisis. Now somebody needs immediate care. Because sometimes the person, like you said, won't get the help. And then it's also giving different levels of resources. So the National Maternal Mental Health Hotline, I tell all the moms that I work with, you can text it. You don't even have to call. They
Mm.
don't even have to know the sound of your voice, but you can text it and it's available 24/7 and somebody who's trained will respond. So having those different resources for people, because realistically to identify yourself as struggling in the postpartum period does come with a lot of shame. And then there's the added or worry of, is there going to be a consequence? Is my baby going to be taken from me? And I hear that all the time. And unfortunately, a lot of people in the system as well. I worked in pediatrics for a couple of years too. There is so much fear of what can go wrong that sometimes people are more punitive. And there sometimes is a push to, we need to call ACS or whatever it is, in terms of, I know every state is different, but child protection services. And again, I like to work from a preventive standpoint. So it's letting people know what's available to them, but also involving the support system so they also feel equipped and they also can help.